Welcome back, students. We're now ready to start Unit 9, where you're going to be multiplying, adding, subtracting, FOIL, all kinds of things with polynomials. So let's go through and see how we can use the Desmos calculator to get through some of these things if you're finding they're difficult. So one way we can do this, of course, is gather like terms, do it by hand, subtracting each thing that not only has the same variable, but the same exponent. Or you can always check your work with Desmos. So here we're again using the state version of the Desmos graphing calculator. I'm just typing in what we have. We have the binomial 7x squared plus 8. And from that, we're subtracting this trinomial 4x squared plus x plus 6. And when we do that, we get a graph. We're now then going to systematically start putting each of these in until the graphs match. So let's see what the first choice shows. 3x squared plus x plus 14. And notice it's way up there, not the same graph. Now to save time, I'm not going to exit out. I'm just going to switch that plus to a minus and change the 14 to a 2. And lo and behold, the blue graph and the green graph are identical because the answer is 3x squared minus x plus 2. And that should make sense. 7x squared minus 4x squared is 3x squared. No x's minus 1x would be minus 1x, and 8 minus 6 is 2. So you can do it with like terms, but it sure is nice to check your work on the Desmos calculator. You're going to be asked to FOIL. First, outers, inners, last. X times x squared, x times minus 3x, 5 times x squared, and 5 times minus 3x. But again, you can do that by hand if you're good at all those sort of pencil paper manipulations, but really not a bad idea before you hit submit on your Apex quiz question or on the state test that you put this into the calculator. Now, it's a pretty crazy graph. It wiggle woggles all over, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. All we're looking for is a graph that will match that. So we'll put the first choice in. X cubed, and hit the little arrow to get it to kick back down there, plus 5x squared minus 15. And those are not the same graph. So now I look here, and again, I'm trying to speed up my work. I realize that choice D is the exact same thing. All it has is this extra x in it. Well, nope, that one's not the same. So now why don't we switch this for the C choice? We'll switch that to a 2x squared. And lo and behold, there we go. Blue and black are identical. So I know that the choice is C. So you're just putting in what they give you. You're putting in the choices till those graphs overlap. One more. And again, it's not impossible. Back in the day, this is how I had to do all these pencil paper. A trinomial, 3 terms, times a binomial, 2 terms, would create a 6-term polynomial. And then you'd have to add and subtract like terms from there. It was quite a long process. And the sad thing about the Apex quizzes is you can do 7 of the 8 steps perfectly, but then do one thing wrong and you get the wrong answer. So you see here we're getting some sort of very weird graph, sort of does a little thing, wiggle woggle there. But again, all we're doing is we're looking for which one of these choices is going to match my graph perfectly. So we'll go 28x to the 3rd power minus 22x squared minus 58x minus 42. And they're not the same. Again, I'm going to try to be efficient here. Choice B is almost the same. It's just the 58 is a 2, and the 42 turned to a plus. Again, not the same. So as we work our way down here, I notice right away that D is exactly the same as B, except for that's a minus 42. So we'll try that one first. Whoa, there we go. Whoops, hit the restore button because I accidentally cleared it out. You look at the red graph and you look at the blue graph, and they are identical. I didn't actually intend to show you that, but did you know that those buttons, if you accidentally X something out or make a mistake, you can go back to where you started by hitting these undo buttons. Maybe that'll be helpful for you. So those tricks there, kids, should help you get through Unit 9.